And everything is still working on Twitch's side.
Okay.
Nice. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Welcome to the Two Tired Dudes podcast. On this episode, we're going to be talking to the basement gaming community about how do you pick your games and a mass collection of backlogs and future backlog games. How do you pick what game gets your time and attention? Second question, sorry, both these came from Z Chick. Second question was, how do you stay focused on a difficult game? Um, when difficulty spikes start to hit, how do you manage to continue to play that game even when you just want to literally throw it away? And my one for you guys was this was relevant last week, which I will get to in a second. Um, but I brought it again this week, and that was who do you think is going to get bought up next? I mean, the fact that Xbox now owns Activision, right, is huge, 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 huge drop. Blizzard as well, obviously, is tied into that. So like that kind of just opened the battlefield up. Like you could literally buy anyone. So well, Nintendo buys Sega. Could it come down the road where Steam buys Nintendo? I mean, there's lots of little options here. I'm picking the big boys, obviously, but I mean, Square Enix, right? um, Takes Two, like all those different companies out there, like they're all fair game. Like that was pretty much the message that was delivered from this deal that went down with Xbox and Activision and Blizzard. So yeah, it's just exciting to see what people's thoughts are on some of these. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some people on tonight. So we know for sure that Sleepy is going to be on here. It sounds like Pizza is also going to be a part of this. He made a post on Twitter. You know, Pretty much Xing out Tuesdays just so he could be on the podcast. So shout out to you, Pizza. Love you, my dude. Like, it's so nice of you to do. I really appreciate that. Fun Dead, like I was saying earlier, he's gonna take a little bit of a break, little hiatus here. Does not mean though that he won't be hopping on here every now and then just to say hey and hi and all that stuff. Let us know, letting us know how his day is. Um, Sorry, I'm in that state right now where I'm just so tired that I'm starting to feel hyper. You know what I mean? Which is why we have water. Yeah. So last week, I am really, really sorry that I wasn't on the podcast for you guys. There really is no good excuse. I just was streaming Gems of War, and 6 turned to 7, 7 turned to 8, and I was just so tired. Like I was delirious from the start of the stream all the way to the end of the stream. I was just so exhausted, and it just got to that point where I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I was getting a headache because I was tired. So I'm sorry. I really am. Like I said, I should have been here. I should have done the podcast. I'm very disappointed in myself. When it comes to streaming or doing the podcast, I really don't believe in taking a sick day. I think that this is something that I started, and in order to become even better at it, right, you have to be there consistently all the time. You gotta somehow make it work, which might be a little extreme. Maybe I shouldn't view it that way, but I don't know. For me, it works, right? It keeps me motivated. Um, I think Cat Trooper said it really. No, sorry, Cat Trooper said it best in our Discord. We were talking about writing a book. He was saying like, you gotta set that time aside for yourself and commit to that time. Well, for me, I view it the same way as do content creating. Like, I want that to be a goal. In order to do that, I need to again set aside time or you know commit myself to the schedules that I make. But in the same breath, I do need to be a little more understanding, when things happen. Like, for example, this month coming up, it shouldn't affect the podcast at all. Might affect streaming here and there, but I have inventory on May 8th. So anyone who's watched me stream last year or the year before that knows that inventory takes over my life. I get extremely exhausted, extremely tired because I'm working crazy ass hours all the time. Like we're talking 10 plus hours, and I only get paid for an 8-hour day because I'm salary. Yay, way to go, way to be a store manager. So fortunately because of that, right? I have to stay there until crap gets done. I'm really good at committing myself to leaving at 5. I used to just work the whole day, which was terrible. Never do that. Never work from morning to night. it kills your entire mood. Forget your body, like your mental health just completely changes doing that. So I'm glad I stopped doing that. But now I have the opposite terrible habit of where I'll wake up at 3, 4, whatever the case is, 5 in the morning, and get ready to go to work. And I can't do that all the time. It's not healthy. Oh, I missed the sand shoe. Sorry, I had the Pokemon community game going on as well as the Twitch chat. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's my life in a nutshell. Exciting thing though is I did post my YouTube video in on YouTube. Sorry, but I can post it as well for you guys. There you go. So what I did was I basically ate a bunch of food. So I had 6 different things of terrible food. Um, 6 different things of yummy food that I got from the States. And yeah, it's just my reactions to all of them. Obviously, the good food was, happy times. Whereas the um, bad food was, it was okay. Like when I'm talking bad food, I mean like all canned products. So I had canned sardines, I had canned oysters, baby clams, Vienna sausages. Like it was just a bunch of random stuff. I just wanted to have some fun with it. Really kind of messed me up a little bit. I can't do spicy. Like I don't know. Maybe at one point I'll try to see if I can handle spicy or not. But for now, at least, I feel like if I do that, it'll be like the death of mindful. You know what I mean? Like I really would love to do the one chip challenge just to like say I did it, but I know in the same breath like I can't screw up my work schedule right now. I can't like afford a sick day at work. And most of the time, I'm only off like Wednesdays and Fridays. And Wednesdays, I pretty much just sleep, relax, do my mobile stream, um, get a little bit of editing here, or most of the editing done, depending on what the case is, and then also clean the place up. And spend some time with Bowser looking after him. So that's pretty much my full day. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but like, you know, when you're working, like I said, 10 plus hours, that Wednesday, like I just sleep. Like I'm so exhausted at that point. I'm too tired to bother with anything else. And then Fridays, um, China gets the luxury of working from home. So, we'll either, you know, do my stream while she's working, or if she's able to, get groceries together, or whatever the case is. Like, it's usually our time to connect and also our time to get some adulting done. So that kind of kills. Well, it's a happy thing, right? But that also takes away my Friday. So yeah, at the end of the day, I don't really have a lot of spare time. I was talking to the Discord again to Cat Trooper, right? About writing and all that, and we were just talking about like how a lot of people say like, oh, I don't have spare time, but really they do. And I labeled up my entire like week to him, and he was like, okay, yeah, you're one of the few that definitely doesn't have any spare time. It's like, I know, man, life be crazy. Well, while we're waiting for other people to get on here, let's see. So we did the video for YouTube. Oh, I also figured out how to do my first short on YouTube, which was kind of exciting. Um, I don't like, it's really frustrating. I hate when I Google something and it's like the Chromebook could do this, right? And then when I go ahead and try it, like I don't know if it's just because mine's not the most current. I mean, mine's new, like it's not shabby at all, right? It's a nice brand and everything, um, but it's like I can't do the features that it says a Chromebook could do. Like it says you should be able to run like OBS on Chrome. It's like that's bullcrap. Like it doesn't run on Chromebooks. Um, Unless like I don't know, maybe it's the ones that are like 500 to 600. Like I only spent like 200 on mine. Well, not me, but got as a gift. Um, but yeah, like I don't really understand why they say they could do things. So anyway, one of the things they said I could do was I could make a short for YouTube with the Chromebook, but that feature wasn't even there. I downloaded the app, I used the website, I even took a screenshot and showed it in the Discord. I was like, there was no option to do shorts. And of course, stupid me, you're right. I was reading Google Answers, and one of them said just do hashtag shorts, and that'll load it in there. And I did that, and all it did was become a video. So I was like, okay, well, it's done. We'll just delete it. So if anyone did see a video of my thing for like a couple days, that's why I thought that was a way to get into shorts. So what I have to do is I can, edit it, make it all nice on the Chromebook, and then I have to send it to the Google Drive. For the drive, I have to use my phone to download it off there, and then I can take it from my phone and then uh, add it as a short to YouTube using my phone. So it's a little bit of a process, right? But whatever, it works and gets it done. And like really, it's a minute long video. Like my phone can handle downloading. It's not the end of the world. I've also tried to become more active too on posting. So this is like the reason why I haven't really made posts on YouTube is because it is kind of like a stupid feature right now. Like there is nothing. I mean, yeah, you can go to subscriptions, I guess, or my subscription, sorry, and it'll show you all the stuff that was posted that day, right? But I mean, they should have a separate section, sorry, for the feed. I mean, one, it'd be cool. Like, why go on Twitter when you could literally have the same experience on YouTube and like, combine that force together? Because let's be honest, right? We go on YouTube to just, I mean, I'm sorry, Twitter just to scroll and see people's pictures and stuff they're posting, what they did on their streams, yada yada yada. I really didn't realize Twitter was such a huge thing for gaming. But like that's why you'd go on there. But if YouTube could just fix up their posting one, like just jazz it up a little bit, you could literally wipe that middleman out and just stick to YouTube. Which I know is bad. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but the same breath too, like it would make it so much easier for YouTube creators. So hopefully, I'm surprised they don't have it yet, but hopefully they'll give you some options to add comments and things you'd like to see on YouTube, and that's definitely what I'm gonna shout out to them. But long story short, I haven't started to do my own post on there. So I have one called From the Vault. And then there's, well, that's for my YouTube shorts. And then I have another one it's called Adventure. I think, oh, crap now. How did I say it on there? It was like my adventures like that. Oh, that's terrible. Can't remember my own little catchphrase. Basically, I just find pictures from either Xbox, the Switch, or even on Chromebook, I could do that too. Of just like gaming moments that I had, like that I took a screenshot of, and then I just post them and I explain what was going on at that moment or something about the game, and then I post that one. I thought that was kind of like a fun way to make posts on YouTube. And then from the vaults, or I should have mentioned that too, is all my old gaming clips. So, old gaming clips I find Xbox, again, old gaming clips I found on the Switch. I'm really trying to add the Switch into it because I like playing it, right? I just hate that I don't get to stream it or show off what I'm doing. So I was like, what, this is like a fun little way to like throw the fact that like, hey, I play this as well. I'm not just always on Xbox. Because like that's my whole life. Like I grew up playing multiple systems all the time, right? So I just like I guess when I went to Xbox 360 and I noticed that like I only played that one system, I did feel a little weird. I was like, this like I'm happy with the games, happy with the choices, but just it doesn't feel like me. Like I am a big gamer. Like I love if I could I would have every system possible, right? Because I love to switch it up. So the fact that the Switch has that ability, right, to screenshot and screen record and send it, I think it sends it to oh shoot, I can't remember now. There's like a little folder I noticed on there, so I have to fool around with it. But it says I could like send it to like some kind of file, like Google Drive idea, right? I think maybe it's OneDrive I can send it to. I don't know, but there's an option on there I saw, and I was like, nice, okay, so I can send it to that, right? Download it from my phone again, right, and then make a short or a post on YouTube. So yeah, look forward to that. There'll be a lot more of those coming out. I'm gonna try to stay active with that. I still don't know how I want to do it. It's like, is it best to do it every 1 to 3 days, every 3 to 5 days? Like, what's the best time to post these things? Because I know eventually I'm gonna start to run dry. If I don't game more often, which is also why I tried to expand it out beyond Xbox. I needed some more choices out there, and Twitch too. I'm gonna use my old Twitch clips, which is another disappointment. Um, Hoover kind of fixed that, right? But it had the option where you could watch people's um, gaming clips, right? Just scroll through them like you would with TikTok, but it was for gaming only. And then I don't know what happened, but that thing got shut down, which was a goddamn shame. So now we lost that. Yeah. Yeah, so that was everything for YouTube. Just trying to think, like, what I really. Oh! I mean, well, for more people come on, we need to talk about it again because I need to brag about this. But most of you know, I've played Slay the Spire. Christ, it must be. I want to say a year, but maybe it was less than a year. But anyway, this game only had 3 acts. I had no idea. Only 3 lousy acts, and I literally have been trying to beat that game for so long, bouncing through all the characters, using all these different strategies, and then I don't know what it was, but like this past couple weeks, I got really frustrated, right? And I was like, I just want to beat this game. Like, I took a break from like I don't know, a month or two right from it. Then I went back into it, and I was like, yeah, I want to beat this game. I'm just going to use the character that heals because that seems like the best advantage for me right now. I need the ability to just heal and, you know, go to sites and upgrade my weapon and not worry about the healing aspect. So yeah, so I'm going through it right. I get to Act 3 like at least 4 different times, and every time I die, I fail. Right, I usually get to the final boss, not knowing that was the final boss of the game, just thinking that was the final boss of that act, and there'd be an Act 4, Act 5, etc. But anyway, so I'm doing this right. And I crushed that son of a bitch. I tell you what, my on the top of your screen, um, like okay, how mindful is right now. What if my mouse will show up? Probably not. Okay. Oh, it does. Nice. Okay. So where Mindful's little head is here, above that, like in the top left corner, there's these little artifacts or relics, right, that you collect. Each one of them does something, right? Like this turn, it'll do 5 damage. This combat, you heal 10 health or whatever. But it does it every single time you enter a battle. And like there is some crazy abilities. Like one of them is like, you never have to discard cards. So at the end of every combat, you're supposed to throw your hand away and then draw a brand new hand. But instead, you get to keep that hand and keep adding to it, right? Another one gives you like, 1 extra mana to play this turn. Yada yada yada. So I had like I said, it must have been 20. Has to be 20 of them all setting off at the beginning of combat or, the beginning of the battle, whatever the case might be. Um, and then on top of that, I had like a bomb ass deck. Like I made some pretty good combos with that deck. I was proud of it. I was really proud of it. I was like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna smoke this guy, and we're gonna take this thing home. And yeah, that's exactly what I did. I was so happy. So now I'm moving on to the poison guy, which is killing me not to play. I'm not gonna lie, I got a mad hankering for that game lately. So yeah, hopefully I can play some more Slay the Spire. Woo! Um, I still got. Oh, sorry, I can't believe I actually beat that game. Like you have no idea how hard I was playing and hoping I could actually like finish it. Especially after Tom was like, "Yeah, I beat it with all the characters." I was like, "Well, you know what, you son of a gun, I gotta beat you now. I gotta really step it up." So yeah, that was cool. Played more Red Dead 2. That's not a big surprise there. Clocking my way through it. We're still fooling around with Chapter 4. Still want to explore a little more on it. Diablo 2 I haven't picked up. I hate to say it, but I did get that same feeling that Chris from the Super Show. Also, shout out to Chris, who is taking a hiatus from that show as well. Sad days, very sad days. But anyway, back on track. Um, he was like saying like this game, like nostalgia wise, like Diablo 2 was fan freaking tastic. I still love the cinema scenes. I'm still excited to, see that reveal later on with Bale and all the jazz that comes with it, right? I love doing Bale runs and stuff like that. But Act 2 and the inventory system are just killing me. Like I'm just so frustrated with it. I feel like nothing was changed and there should have been. Like Act 2 sucks. Act 2 is such bullshit. Like I don't know if you could like add more to Act 1 or like increase the experience points you get so when you go into Act 2 you're not like a weak ass, warrior or mage or whatever you are. But it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like I hate Act Two with a passion. And like the worst part is like you can push and grind your way through Act Two. It's that freaking final boss and his goddamn speed and his little fast blades of steel that drive me nuts. Like, ugh, just don't even want to grind anymore for extra experience. I just want to move on to Act Three already. Because I know Act Three wasn't bad. I think Act Three was like the swamplands, which was pretty simple. It wasn't. It was kind of like Act One. It wasn't that crazy. Hmm. Excuse me. So hopefully I get to do that one next because that'd be great. But I don't know. I really don't know. I've kind of turned off from Diablo 2, which is a lot for me to say because I praised the crap out of that game. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I played Diablo 3 and I wasn't the same as everyone else. I don't think Diablo 3 was a bad game at all. I really enjoyed it. It did the quality of life changes I needed it to. Maybe I also feel differently about it because I didn't jump on that bandwagon the minute it was released. I waited a long time to get Diablo 3. So I think, sorry, I got Diablo 3 when Reaper of Souls came out. Okay, so I came like end game after everything was fixed. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I was like, this is a Diablo game. I'm having a good time. Um, Took me a little bit, right, to adjust to the new art style, but I did, and it was great from there. I'm also gonna have to download Sniper Elite. I can't remember if it was 4 or 5. Jimmy wants to play that one next to me, so look forward to that on a Monday. Our Halo adventures, I don't know, we got some really deep conversations lately, like just about gaming and stuff. So we didn't have any really like overly funny moments on Halo 2 or Halo in general. So fortunately, I didn't have any videos yet to make. Hopefully, Sniper Elite, me and him have some good moments. Because like we do, like I'd have to say, like when I play with Jimmy, it's always hilarious, just because we're so similar. Like we're literally so similar, but he's so much better at video games than me. So it's just like the noob and the expert together. And it's just like our personalities like mix really well. So I always find to make entertaining videos. Hopefully I'll get to play with them again. I know. Oh yeah, sorry. What am I saying? Friday I'm gonna be playing with them. So yeah, yeah. So Friday I will I'll do another stream where I'll record something of me and him. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I think we're doing actually. I think it's what we're gonna play together. Sniper Elite 4. Wow, my fault. Way to forget that. Um, and this week, by the way, there's no interruptions. I'll have my mobile stream tomorrow. I'll still do my Thursday night stream. Everything will still go in order. Yeah, yeah. I think that was it for gaming. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Little Bowsy. Uh, just trying to think. I feel like I did watch a lot of things this week, but it was like a lot of one episodes. Like I watched it so well. Sorry, last 2 weeks. That's why. That's why it's so hard to remember. It was 2 weeks already worth. Can obviously we played some golf with friends because Cheyenne always throws that gosh darn game in there. Um, yeah, I don't think I watched A Good Place, which is terrible. I gotta get back on that. Like I'm so close to the finish line. I'm literally just letting it drag. It's like my leg's broken. I'm just dragging it across right now. um, I watched more Perfect Match, so that's that is what it is. Show frustrates me. Um, oh yeah, the Django Unchained. Oh my goodness, holy moly! Like fantastic movie. Very uncomfortable the whole time. I was like, man, there is just a lot of racism, and they're just not holding back whatsoever in this movie. Like, I mean, it's like it's an eye opener. I totally get it. It's Quentin Tarantino. You know what I mean? Like, he has his style of movies and how he likes to do things, and that's it. Like, he doesn't give a crap what anyone else thinks. And yeah, it's so obvious. Like, I mean, even take away. all the racist stuff that happened in the movie, the blood, the blood was so ridiculous. Like me, and my mom was like, "Holy crap!" Like she couldn't believe. Like when someone got shot, it was like this blood pack, sorry, just exploded everywhere, and like the walls are covered in it. Like it's so much, and like they even look like their whole entire like um chest got blown out, right? Like I get it, they were older times, right? So they're wearing multiple layers of clothes. The clothes is a lot thicker and stuff like that. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Jamie Foxx though, wow, great actor, great actor. He did an awesome job in that one. I don't know who played the Frenchman. I think that's what they call him, the Frenchman. Um, he was super good. I liked him as a gunslinger. He was badass too. Leonardo DiCaprio, like, oh man, what a prick! What a goddamn prick! And Samuel L. Jackson did it. Like, I mean, I don't know if he was the bad guy, but like, he did a damn good job being the bad guy. Like, you hated him. You wanted to see him die at the end of that movie. Oh God! I'll warn you now. There is a scene where these dogs rip a guy apart, and it is just that's so intense. It's so intense. Oh just blown away. That mind just strips you of your innocence. The movie, sorry, the mind. um, and then I watched Sweet Home, which is a good show. I watched that with my mom. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a K drama where people basically get these random nosebleeds and they morph into these crazy ass monsters, and it's just a damn good time. It's just pretty much like another anime, but with real people, and I like that. Um, Watched a lot of Family Guy, obviously, and American Dad, Bob's Burgers, and Simpsons. That's just non-stop. Watched a little bit of The Emperor's New Groove. Hopefully, I can finish that one. Um, I'm really drawing a blank. I know I watched a bunch of movies too. That's the worst part. Yeah, this week we're starting The Help. That's a really good movie, actually. I like that one a lot. What I like with the most of those movies is like when someone's the bad guy, like you really fucking hate them. You know what I mean? Like I just want them to be punished so bad. Oh God, those women that are just terrible, just absolutely terrible. And then when someone's like a good person in those movies, like like you're rooting for them. Like you're just like, oh, you're the best. It's ridiculous. It's like the devil's rejects all over again. It's another. If you guys haven't seen it, that's another good movie for messing with your emotions. It takes a lot for a writer to make you go from hating a serial killer to feeling sorry for them at the end, and they nail it so well. It's so ridiculous. Oh hey, pizza.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not too much. Okay, I think you are coming through okay.
Oh, that's good. I heard you talking. I was like, is no one else in here?
No, no, I'm totally just talking to myself.
Hey, no worries. No worries. Well, yeah, I guess it's just us right now, huh?
Yeah, so I don't know if you were able to see it on Discord or not, but a couple podcasts ago, Fun Dead had to step down for a while because just life's getting too tough for him. Like he's got a new job going on and a lot going on at home. He just couldn't commit to the podcast. He didn't want to, he don't want to be that person always cancel and everything. So he's taking a little bit of a break from it. He might pop on as a guest every now and then. But yeah, so I did put a message in there, and same goes to you too, buddy, if you're interested. But obviously, I'll need another co-host. So anyone that wants to take on that reign is more than welcome to. Few people were interested, but kind of everyone says the same thing. It is hard to commit week by week. So I even had the suggestion out there of maybe doing like a rotation. Have different people be the co-host.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I definitely wouldn't mind doing it. Although, for me, it's like I think it's, I mean, well, let me not say that I couldn't come Tuesdays. I just, like normally, excuse me, during my work week, it's just a lot going on. Just mainly because, I don't, since I got to deal with traffic getting home, it does take me a while to get back home, and I'm normally here around 5 or 6, so I'm like kind of just drained on the weekdays, and of course, I would suggest, maybe Friday evening, but then, like some people have work and some had to do something else on the weekend, so it's like, I don't have to just put it out there. So it's like, for me to do co-hosting, I wouldn't mind Tuesdays. It's just that, trying to get it like to maybe the 7 p.m. or like even like the 7:30, it may be hit or miss, especially if I'm coming home from work after like a long, long day.
Oh yeah, no, of course, buddy. Like I totally get it. That's again, right? Like I appreciate when you guys are even able to hop on here and talk for a little while. I know it's not easy whatsoever. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe the rotation would be a good idea because then it's like one person every couple of weeks that would have to hop on, right? And then if things happen, I even put on there. We could have like a backup. Like this week, yourself and Jimmy's available. So if you get tired, right, and can't do it, at least Jimmy could hop in and be there as well. But yeah, I'm sure we'll come up with some kind of system in the future. Again, thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate that post that you made on Twitter. I was like, oh, that was nice that you reserved that day just to be on the podcast.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, man. I really do want to kind of get back into, doing all this streaming stuff and the podcast because, I've been kind of away lately, ever since I kind of back going to work. And like after spring break, I just came like pretty much super busy with work. So it's been a lot of me having to do everything else except relax. So, I do want to be able to actually get back into just doing, just being social with people outside of my job. So, yeah, definitely. I'm always down to, hang with you guys and just have fun, really.
That's awesome. I feel the same way, buddy. I said I always look forward to this, even as silly as it sounds, right? Even if I'm just like talking to myself or whatever the case is. I don't know. It's a nice little de-stressor after a long day or something to look forward to at least throughout that week. But you know what? It has been an extremely long time, my friend, and I would love to hear what you've been up to. I know you said work has taken up a lot of your time, but hopefully you've had some moments where you got to game or maybe watch some more of your favorite YouTube channels. Um, yeah, just like to hear what you've been up to.
Yeah. Mm, really, I mean, just work, really. Um, I am kind of, yeah, I am kind of getting back into doing, just some extra stuff out here, like mainly YouTube and Twitch. I do kind of want to, I just branch out and do something else. So I really just kind of push myself to be on Twitch. That's kind of what had a challenge going on where I'm gonna try to, do from Monday really to Friday and see how that goes. Where I'll just get on Twitch, for a couple hours and I'll just play some games and just, hang out with people. That's, I want to be able to like get myself kind of active again because, like when I go to the Discord channel, I'm seeing you guys, I'm seeing Jimmy and Win, I'm seeing everybody like on Twitch like almost every other day. I'm like, here I am just kind of looking at you guys doing your thing. It's like I kind of want to get back into it as well. So yeah, if I'm not working, I'm gonna try and be on Twitch and just, you know, do stuff with it really.
I totally, yeah, I get that, my man. Um, I know you did post it on Twitter, but what was your lineups going to be again? So you said like Tuesday's the podcast day, but then you also have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, let me see what my thing was and pull it up. Oh
And for those
yeah,
that are in,
yeah, yeah. That's just, yeah. That's one little. I'm really like all the games you see on there, they're like they're emulators, so it's not like anything intensive. It's pretty much on my PC, just load up and go. As far as
Oh, okay.
yeah, as far as Tuesday goes, even though I have the podcast, I do kind of want to, go on a Twitch later on around 9 or maybe 10ish and do something with that. So I'll probably just play some random game after I hop off of here. Sorry, and yeah, and then as far as Wednesday goes, it's just, some games I can find on Steam just to, kind of clear my backlog, get started on some games so I can, you know, get like, take them off my desktop because now, I just have games sitting on here that I never touched that I really do need to actually play. So that's Wednesday. Thursday is some old games I played back then, these some hack and slash fighting games. And I know that that'll take up some time. And then Friday, I kind of just want to do something outside of gaming. So I want to try and maybe do some DIY stuff in my room and I can film that. I bought some webcams like last month and I used it for a bit, but I want to actually use it now. So I'm gonna just, I'm gonna film myself building some stuff for the channel. And that's really it for the week, until Friday. And I'm sure that once Saturday and Sunday comes around, maybe I'll do more streaming because, you know, I am getting, I enjoy doing it. I just have to get back into really grinding on Twitch.
I really like yeah, the Friday idea that you had there, the DIY one. That one's really neat.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, I was gonna, I wanted something else on that Friday, but it's like, you know what though? I mean, I'll be playing games all week, so I may as well do something that's outside of just gaming. And so I have a few projects in mind that I really do want to do, such as the DIY stuff. I do want to, just do a little bit of housekeeping. So I know I want to do some reviews of games. I guess just talking about it and maybe just asking people what they think about the game, just kind of saying, hey, here's this game I got for Xbox. I played it for a little bit. I like it, and here's why. Just kind of showing the game off and things like that. But I don't know. It's still up in the air.
Yeah, no, I like that. If, like I said before, about you is that I like how informative you are about a game, right? And you do have a good background of gaming, right? So there is quite a few that you're right. You could give your opinion on, and yeah, I think those would be really interesting to watch when you post them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I, ki- I I wanted to do it earlier in the week, but then it's like I already have a schedule. Let me not try and mess it up just because I want to do something early. Just because I really just want to get back into doing this whole Twitch thing. So I think if I can control myself and leave everything where it is, I should be okay. Because I want to do I want to do the whole DIY thing. And I think that if I can push it to Friday, I'm able to actually, look forward to it. And so, the things that I kind of want to do, but not really all into it, I can do it during the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then on Friday, I can do what I want to do. And I think that it'll really help me, kind of, A, do the things I've been wanting to do for a minute, and also B, kind of get the challenge done, and give myself a nice round of applause for doing it.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, that's exactly why I like making the YouTube videos, because you could do like, I mean, for me, I use YouTube as, like you said, that other resource. Like, I still want to buy a Lego set one day and build it on, YouTube for a stream or a show. There's also these crazy little gummy Lego pieces we get at work all the time, and I kind of want to buy them because they say they attach to each other. So, I mean, I feel you. There's just, it's fun to be outside of gaming as well and do like, different things.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's really just my plan for the week. Um, I know that it's gonna, at least at the work side of things, it's gonna be busy. I'm gonna be having to put a lot of work in because, we had the spring break, um, not last week, but before last, and being away from school for almost, well, for a week, it really does kind of do a lot to you because, after staying up for days and then having to go back to work on Monday, yeah, that hurt a lot.
Oh, of course, yeah. You always think of the kids. Yeah, it's true. You don't think about the teachers. That really must throw your entire like sleep schedule off.
Yeah, so it really
Having
was
a
just
spring break and then going back again.
right. So yeah, it really was just me kind of, having to get back into the whole serious work mode, and you know, that was difficult, but um, at least with this week almost to close, I should be all right.
Oh, I'm glad you'll be good. For those that are interested too, I posted John's or Pizza's Twitch channel down there if you guys want to get the link for that one. Um, but you did have a Monday night stream, so what did you do, John? What game did you end up playing? I'm gonna watch that one tomorrow when I have my day off.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It was Spyro. It was an old PS2 Spyro game that I was playing for a little bit. Trying to get it to run and do all that kind of things. Um, I know I have a saved stream from last night, but I was on OBS and like I kept seeing like the whole it's like an icon. I guess like it shows like the strength of the video, and like it kept going like from green to red, and so I had to kind of tweak things today. And so
Oh,
tonight
okay.
when I do my stream and I play some random games, I'm gonna see if it works better. And like they're gonna be all PS2 games just for now, because they're not at. I don't have to do 1080p at the whole 60 FPS. Like I mean the games ran like 30 FPS anyways back then, so I should
Yeah.
be, yeah, I should be able to have them run fluidly. Because before, like looking back at the video, I noticed how, like the games, I mean, like even though they were PS games, like they were running at 60 FPS, which I mean, I didn't mind it, but I think that's why the stream, like it looked like, or like, the connection was like going kind of good and bad because I was trying to stream a game like at that rate when I really didn't need to.
That's so crazy though to think about. Like I don't know. I guess maybe it's because I don't like have Steam and all that. Like I never think about playing like older PS2 games or even like PS1 games, right? At a higher than like you said, 20 or 30 frames per second. Yeah, going 60 on those games. I'm surprised they don't crash more often. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like the game was running fine. Well, I guess 'cause, like for the emulator, like the games, at least for me, like they run at a set frame rate, and I think 'cause I just made it like that, I just say, hey, run game at 30 FPS because that just
Yeah,
makes more sense. And yeah, the I don't know how the stream could make a game that runs at 30 run at 60. So I was very surprised by it. And
yeah, no kidding.
and then I think I'm sure that if anyone sees the past stream, they might see some slowdown here or there, or maybe not. I mean, if they do, then I'll understand. I know what to do now. But
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely was kind of just I guess like trying to I guess figuring out like why it was kind of doing the whole connection bad and good kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna try again tonight, and if everything runs smoothly, I now know what to do from now on. Because I mean, even if I play a game like maybe a PS3 game or like like a maybe an indie game on Steam, I
Yeah.
can run it at like what 720 again and do the whole 30 FPS because it won't be as much as a bad thing, I guess, quote unquote bad thing as me playing like a Xbox game or like a series game at 30 FPS. Like trying to play Doom or trying to play any like other games I got recently.
Um, actually, I was gonna say, speaking of like backlogs and all that, um, we had a few questions here that were submitted from Z Chick this week that I'd love to get your opinion on too, John. Along with one that I added in that was it's kind of dead news now, but it was relevant for last week when I ended up listening to the podcast. So the first one was, um, Zichek wanted to know from the rest of us, right? How do we pick what game we're going to play? So, like you were just saying, right? You can have this mass collection of backlog and different games that you need to tackle. What I guess what makes that decision for you? Like how do you decide? Okay, I'm going to play this game today, and I'm going to beat it in such and such time.
I think the biggest reason, or like, I guess like the biggest, I guess, yeah, reason for it really is whatever game that I know is easy to beat or a game that I haven't touched in a long time. Well, I guess both really. If it's a game I've touched a long time that's easy to beat, like I'll play that game first. And I'll play that game on maybe a stream YouTube because I'll be able to knock it all out. If I can do it in one, two, or even three playthroughs, I can easily take care of it and be done with it. Because if I like without me doing the whole Twitch and YouTube thing, it would just be sitting there because now it's like, you know, I'm guessing it's just really that, it's like I get these games that will last me about maybe a couple hours, maybe upwards of 8 hours. Yet I'm playing all these other games. Like I'm playing a lot of open world games. I'm playing Apex. And so it's like, all the games that I bought for like $1 or $2 or like indie games, I'm playing them like I should be. And so with me doing it on Twitch, I'm actually able to play the game and really kind of, I guess, put it in the I guess well, I'm trying. I'm able to like show people the kind of games I've been playing, just some gameplay stuff. But yeah, that's my reasoning for it. Is really just any old games I've been missing out on, and like just short one-shot games that I could easily knock out on a weekend that I know I'll never play. I do it on stream and then plus I'll have something to do when I'm on Twitch and not just kind of playing Apex. Even though I don't mind doing that, it's like I play Apex like pretty much whenever I want to. So it's like, I'll do that. I'll play that game when I have at least taken care of some of the games that I've been wanting to take care of.
I think, yeah, you and me are very similar then, because when you were saying your reasons, right? That's kind of exactly like what I go with too, right? I know I don't have a lot of time for games, so I do definitely favor games that are easy to beat, whether it's, you can beat it in a day, like a 24-hour game or less, um, or, it's going to be something I could beat like an hour or two even. Like that's why I liked Star Wars Fallen Order. It was 24 hours of gameplay, and you were done the game, so it wasn't too bad to commit to. And then the other alternative, like you were saying, is just streaming. I totally agree with you. There are so many games I have played, and there's literally no reason at all I should be playing them. But I did it because maybe someone suggested it on the stream, or I just thought it'd be funny to watch me play that game, or even like you said, it's just I noticed an older game that like I used to fall in love with, like Golden Axe and Streets of Rage. Like, oh, I love those games, and I wouldn't purposely grab out my Genesis and play them now, right? But to play them on stream and have people like watch those moments, that were great for me as a child, right? Yeah, it's more fuel for the fire, I guess, to play those ones. So I do agree with you. And that's another thing I did like about your streaming setup itself, the Monday to Friday system, is I always find it more entertaining to watch someone that has a big variety in their life when it comes to streaming than the ones that just, like you say, play Apex, play COD, play Fortnite every single stream all the time. Like I don't know, like it's cool, like it is. There are things that will bring you back to it, but I'd much So I do apologize. I'm not really sure what happened, but it seems like Restream a couple times during this podcast crashed on me, so it did take me a little bit to get going. So unfortunately, we do miss a little bit of John's responses to my question in this case, and I know it happens again later on in the podcast as well too. So I do apologize for those two mix-ups. I know it kind of takes away from the conversation. I'm not really sure why Restream does this. Sometimes it runs really perfectly, and sometimes it has these hiccups. It might just be the Chromebook itself. So, like I said, going forward, I'm just going to keep trying to boost the memory and do whatever I can on my end so that hopefully the performance doesn't always act up like this. But yeah, I am sorry about that, everyone, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Well, not sorry, not mandatory. It's just it's a thing that I just do. And if somebody said, "Hey, you're playing Apex again," like if somebody said, "Oh man, you're right," because if not, then it's just like I just booted up. And so I guess for me to stream, it's just like it. I guess it would be weird because it's like I guess I would have to be self-aware that I'm playing the same game over and over and over again, and I think that that would kind of kill my hype for the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I never even thought of it that way. You're right. I mean, I know I was terrible for it too. I used to play Gems of War all the time. But yeah, you're right. You don't really realize that you've done whatever it is, 2 weeks or a month of that same game until someone actually points it out to you.
Yeah, so it's like, I'd rather not ruin the game for me. I mean, like I'll still play it, but it's like, I guess, it's like I can't say I'm addicted to it, but it's like it's kind of like, like if they're like, I guess, eating like sweets all the time, and somebody said, "Dude, you're eating all this candy," like it would just, it'd be like it would almost be like this kind of, man, now I feel bad for doing all this, that kind of thing. So it's like you're not streaming the game because now I'm like, man, I played Apex for almost 1,000 hours. I'm like, I wasted so much time on my game. I'd rather not feel that way, so I don't even stream it. I don't even think about it. But I will stream some other game that I haven't touched because at least now I don't feel so bad. I guess, yeah, no, I don't feel bad. I might say, man, I kind of, I might think I should have played this game back then, but I won't feel bad for not playing it at all. Instead, I'll feel like, okay, cool, I can play this game and knock it out, and then that way, I won't have to see like 50 games on my desktop. I can only see one, and that's Apex, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I get that part. Yeah, what's the term for it? Comfort food. Yeah, like those games. It's totally like your comfort zone, right? Like I'm the same way. Like I could have a boring day and or hard day, whatever the case might be, and I could turn on Gems of War, and yeah, I could just play that for hours because it's just so. Apex is like that same experience for you too, right? Like it's your go-to. There's nothing wrong with that, but I do understand. Yeah, if you play it too much, or like you said, if you're streaming and someone points it out to you, do you have that moment where you're just like, sorry. um,
Oh yeah, so maybe one day I will stream it, but I think that like at that point in time, I think once I have actually played the games that I've been needing to play for a long time, like games I bought and just never touched, or games that I do kind of want to, like do like maybe a first impression stream, or I want to kind of be like, hey guys, like here's a game that maybe a friend of mine made or that I backed on Kickstarter. Like I want to do that kind of thing as well. Like a game review. Well, not really. Yeah, like a game review or like a blind playthrough. I want to do those as well. And so, if I could take care of the things that I've been thinking about first, then maybe I'll be open to the idea of playing games like Apex or playing games like Modern Warfare on stream. But until then, I'll just keep it, as it is, where I just play it, you know, I'll just play the game, not even thinking about me playing it. I'll just like boot it up and then I'll play the game for a little bit and then hop off. I'll keep doing it like that until I can get myself situated correctly and have all these games off my computer.
Well, I could definitely say that I'll be looking forward to seeing you play Apex. Not like just for like the gameplay of yourself, right? But just to see that excitement when you're playing it. Yeah, I just really want to catch that one. Also look forward to hopefully one day we can sit down and play a few matches too. What was it? There's a guy in the Discord named 26. I met him on a stream where I was first playing Apex. It was, I don't know, a month or so ago, and he helped me out and he started to play with me. And yeah, played about twice now on stream, but it is a hard game. It's a lot of fun, but I'm still kind of like learning the characters themselves and when's the best time to use abilities and such like that. But yeah, it would just be really cool to play with you or watch you play it, either or. Um, so Zichik had a second question as well for you. So the other one was in the opposite end of it, right? How do you stay focused on a difficult game? So basically, you're playing a game, whether it's hard, like Dark Souls, like that, or whether it just has that one moment in the game where a difficulty spike hits, and you can't pass a certain level, a certain boss. Um, how do you cope in those moments? Do you not play the game and play something else for a while, and then eventually come back to it? Do you just you know um, keep on pushing through and try to get past that level? What's your methods, John?
Mhm. I think well, I guess, like it was like difficult, like if a game is difficult in the sense that, it's buggy or, it's like there's issues with it, I'll normally, like I'll just, restart the game, try it again. And, if it keeps acting up, I'll just say, you know what, I'll wait for a patch to come out. It's as simple as that. 'Cause, I had a few games like that on PC and on console where they would just bug out. I'm like, man, I wasted all this time. Um, but like if a game is like, if it's, I wouldn't say like Dark Souls hard, but if it's like, if it's a game where, I'm dying every single time, or a section where like there's no saves and I just kind of like, absolutely demolished and I had to go all the way back, like those kind of games where they annoy me, that kind of difficult, I might just say, you know what, let me just turn the game off and walk away, because like if I play another game, I won't really feel compelled to go back. So if I just leave, like leave the game, all of the game runs still, I'll just leave out. I might, watch some YouTube videos. I might just chill out, just relax, and then I'll come back to it, and eventually I'll beat it. And of course I'll beat it because I'm just randomly pushing buttons at that point, because like I know that if I come back to the game, if I'm already getting annoyed by it right now, I'm annoyed. So if I just, do whatever, maybe I'll get lucky. So it's really that kind of thing. It kind of boils down to that.
Okay. I like I used to be really good and patient, and I used to be able to sit there and just try to figure it out. Like I'm thinking way back when I used to play the N64, like Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Like that game had some moments right where the levels were definitely really hard. Um, Not like enemy wise, but I always felt like certain puzzles right were a little tricky to figure out. And yeah, I remember sitting there every single night, and that would be my hour or two gameplay, and I would just try to figure out that level. And now I got like similar games like that, and yeah, I'll just stop playing and I'll just move on to something else. And I definitely think a big factor for that one is Game Pass, and having, like you said before, like having that ability to get games for $1 or for free or whatever the case is, and you just get so many of them that it doesn't even phase you anymore, right? Just like, okay, whatever, I'm tired of this one, time to switch over to the next game. or maybe before, especially for my upbringing. Like, my mom wasn't very well off, right? So games came very limited. So when I did, I usually played that game for months or even half the year in some cases. So yeah, maybe that was why I feel I had patience back in the day. Now I just go to hell with it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, that's just kind of that's like my go strategy. But yeah, also, I'll be right back. I'm going to walk my dog real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure, buddy.
Yeah, give me like, what, like 5 minutes. I'll be back real quick.
Oh yeah, no worries. You hear that in the background. Cheyenne's being a chef. He's such a butthead. Um, yeah, so same with you guys in the chat. If any of you have a chance to respond or not, one, like I was asking earlier, is how do you pick your games, and two is how do you stay focused on a difficult game. I think John gave a lot of good examples there of just process that goes into staying with those games that are really frustrating. Like I'm pretty ashamed. I really don't even stick with them. I'm trying to think of a game. Well, I mean, I guess I am trying Dark Souls, but then again, I haven't picked it up again. So Star Wars Fallen Order, I think, was the last game that I really stayed focused with, but it didn't really have too many difficulty spikes. Like there was some for sure that got confusing, but I don't really think I had any moments in that game where I was like, "Bah," like, I was just so mad. Yeah, it's too bad. Well, no, you know what? Slay the Spire. That was one. Because that was really difficult, and I somehow managed to beat that one lately, so it had to be a year. It had to be a year or two that I dedicated to that game. So yeah, that's mine. I still have somewhat patience in my life. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Oh, sorry, the itchy spot. Trying to think back now to my original conversation about what I watched, and freaking hour into it, and I still can't tell you what else I watched this week for movies. God damn, there was a movie too. I swear we finished in 2 weeks. Really, Shia? You can't think of anything?
Did you even ask me?
What did we watch? You know?
I don't know.
We were degenerates. Like, we definitely finished something.
You're the degenerate.
I know.
You started ICU, but it sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of bunk. Guess we're degenerates. We didn't finish a movie in 2 weeks.
We haven't watched a lot.
That sucks. Wow. What am I, living my old life where I just watch Simpsons all the time? I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wish I knew John was gonna take a little break because I had to ninja pee. So I had to wait till I asked him a question. And then I ran to the bathroom. I was like, oh my god, I hope this mic really did mute itself. Otherwise this is gonna be really embarrassing. Someone talking, all you hear is shh. Oh, I feel better though. I really had to go. That was tough. Little behind the scenes stuff you didn't need to know.
No, we didn't.
And now you do, that's right. Actually, I do have one other thing to announce. I'll probably not miss another podcast, but I will have a reason for you to subscribe now to my Spotify, because I know right now it's like, okay, whatever. I got Spotify. I have it on. Oh, sorry, I have it on Twitch, right? Then from Twitch it goes to YouTube. From YouTube it goes to Spotify. So there's three different ways to watch the Two Tired Dudes podcast or listen to it. But there's not really a reason to go to Spotify if you've already used one of the other two options, right? So we're going to have a podcast I'm going to do with Cheyenne, and I'm going to have that one go on to Spotify. It's going to be very random, that one. It won't be, like on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly, or it might not even be on a monthly basis. It might just be once in a blue moon. But you will see it pop up on there, and it will only be on Spotify. So you have to follow to listen to that. I know I'm so needy. Eh? You gotta follow me everywhere. Um, but on top of that, there's still one more podcast that will be on a monthly basis that I was supposed to do this month, but I haven't heard back from that yet. So I'm just gonna wait. They definitely want to do it. It's just this person's very, very busy with their life. And I need to wait till they okay, things are under control. I can commit to this because I know once they commit, like that'll be it. Like they'll always do that. We'll figure it out and go from there. Yeah, I don't want to give it away yet because I want to wait for that person to be on the podcast and let them have that moment of glory and talk about it. But yeah, there'll be two reasons in the end to definitely subscribe to my Spotify.
All right, man. I am back.
All right, perfect timing. Self plug is done.
That's good to hear, man. Are
Uh,
you gonna stream after this as well?
no. So I streamed ahead of time. I don't know if you remember this game or not, John, but I was reminiscing about like my high school days, and I looked up Defend Your Castle, and I was playing that one. Those Flash games.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't touched a Flash game in so long, and I don't really remember a lot of it. Like I know, like the sites I used to go to, like Miniclip,
Yep,
or I guess yeah, Miniclip, Newgrounds,
Newgrounds.
Armored
Yeah.
Games. There was another one I used to do. I don't know what it was called though. It was like Miniclip. It was like a I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea. I think it's like it was called like free games online. Like some generic site. But yeah, I would play like this shooting game, like a first person shooting game on there.
Yeah.
I would play like the stick GTA game that everybody plays as well.
That was kind
I
of
forgot
like
what
what
it's
I was
called.
playing. It was stick guys, right? And they were attacking your castle. So what they do is they would run up, right? And the first wave would just be punches. I think it was like punches all the way into like I don't know the 10, and then they finally got like swords or something different. But you, with your mouse, you had to click on them, grab them, and then like throw them as high up in the air as you can, and then they'd come crashing down and they'd die. And every time they died, you got like 60 points, and then you could buy things like archers, but you needed like 8,000 points, or you could buy a temple which was just to heal me, and that was like 5,000 points. And yeah, it just kept going, right? It just keeps getting more and more ridiculous as you go through wave after wave. But I'm so glad you mentioned Newgrounds. That was such a huge part of like our high school life because we always figured out how to bypass the computer security system and end up on that site. It was so funny. It had such ridiculous games. It had a hilarious web cartoons.
Yeah. I was like, just only a few things I came to mind though. But yeah, I've heard about the Defender Castle game. Well, sorry. Look at the pictures, it looks very familiar. I think that's what I used to play as well. I know that it was like another stick game I played other than the GTA one. It was like, oh, here, what was it called? It was like a worms type of game,
Oh,
but with stickmen though. I had no idea what the game was called. Territory War. I think yeah. I remember that was yeah. That game I love playing that game. Like me and my friends played it together. I'm guessing it was like a worms type of game too, but it was. It was a fun game to play. All I know is that I died a lot on that game because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, like every time, like I would let the either my friend or the CPU play, I would always lose. But yeah, it was such a fun game. You know, like I remember playing that back in middle school, really, on like back in in the classroom when my teacher let us do whatever we wanted to do. So I'll be on there. I play that game. Um, there was another game looking at right now. Oh, I guess either it's called Stickman. Also, I guess Stickman Shooter. I have no idea, but it's like a first-person shooting game with Stickman. I have no idea what it's called, but yeah, like I just all these games on the Flash that I just played a lot of, and I just kind of I don't know how I don't remember a lot of them because like a lot of games I would play like back to back to back,
Yep.
and it's like those games I just kind of forgot about them. You know, like I could tell you how they looked and like what they I guess like the premise of it, but like the name of it though, I couldn't tell you to save my life.
I feel it. And like those games really were like a dime a dozen. Like you're right, there were just so many of them, and like it was really based on your school, like whatever was popular at the time. Okay, we're gonna play this one now, and like, oh no, that one's lame. You gotta try this game now. It was kind of the same with computer games too in my high school. Like we had bounced from Diablo 2 to StarCraft to Warcraft 3, whatever the case was. The coolest thing I was gonna say when you were mentioning talking about playing games in middle school was when we had our Quake tournament at school. That was so much fun. Uh, One of the teachers was observing what we were doing on free time, and one of the kids had Quake on the computer, and yeah, he really got into it, and he made a little tournament for us, and that was a lot of fun to do.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, I don't even know if my school had. I mean, I guess we never tried. I think like for the most part though, a lot of the games we played, like they were just like simple 2D Flash games, you know. And actually, to be fair though, I never even heard of Diablo back then. You know, like I may have seen like gameplay of something like that, but back then, I mean, I had a PS2, and even then, like the games I played were like, a lot of fighting games. I would play Jack and Daxter and Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and like a lot of shooting games. So yeah, like the whole top-down RPG games, I never really heard of it until like when I was playing what game? It was like a game on PS3, like yeah, like early PS3 days, like some top-down zombie games. Okay, I like this kind of style, like the whole like down, like the top-down twin stick shooter kind of game, and then, that kind of got me into doing the old top-down RPG games. But I still haven't touched Diablo though. I touched a lot of other games before Diablo, but yeah, we didn't really have. Well, let me not. I keep saying, I don't know, but I think all we had access to were like just the games on Miniclip and like Armor games. And I mean, even then, we had one kid who was playing like it was like it was like a horror game, like a jump scare horror game.
Okay.
I forget the name of it. It was like House, some not House. I don't know. It was like with the let me see what the game was. 'Cause, like I remember seeing it. Like I never played it though. I just know that people got scared of it because jump scares.
Of course, yeah.
But it wasn't. I mean, like I know that like when the girls played it, like they would just scream their heads off. I'm like, man, it must be a really good game. I never played it because I didn't want to have to deal with all that. I mean, I don't know if I was because I was scary of it or what, but I'm good. I didn't need to play it. Like see, like having them scream at me like that, or like at the computer. Eh, all I know is that I don't feel like playing it, and I can't find the game. I'm seeing like a lot of these 3D horror games, which I mean that's not what we had. I know it was like a house. It was like we were like in a haunted or abandoned house with ghosts. That kind of game. Maybe it's like ghosts.
I know what you
No,
mean, though. I
not that
absolutely
one.
hate those kind of jump scares, especially like when it like blows your speaker out like that kind of loud. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of jump scares. I
No,
don't
me
really. I
neither.
mean, I don't think that. I wanted to that. I guess I'm not much of a horror person myself, so like having jump scares in the game, I don't like that. I mean, only because it's like I feel like if you're not going to do it the right way, then I don't really want to play it. Because like a lot of games nowadays, like they'll do jump scares all the time. I'm like, eh, it kind of kills interest for me because it's like it's just a bunch of cheap, a lot of cheap shots, like that kind of thing.
Yep, I agree with you.
Like I'd rather have a game where like I mean, I can play a horror game where I know what's out there and like it can like it'll like either shock me or it'll hunt me or like it'll be a thing where it's like atmosphere horror. I can do that because I think that when you set the scene up for the enemies, it's a lot scarier. Like for example, Silent Hill. Like when you're fighting those numb creatures in Silent Hill. Like you have the fog, you have that. Like you have the empty ambient noise. It's like I mean, you can see the figures clear as day, but it's the fact that like they're just there like walking around. Like not saying a word to you. Like they have a very creepy look to them, and then like, they just kind of they make it unsettling. Like when you do it like that, I think that the game is 10 times better because you're not having to resort to boo jump scare. It's not about you having to make us, I guess, I get a heart attack, whatever. Like it's more about giving off that this is a creepy game. I would hate to be in this guy's shoes. That's what I want when I'm playing a horror game.
Yeah, the other one I was gonna say that I really hate. I don't know if you can handle them or not, but I hate the ones where you don't get like a gun or any way to defend yourself. I can't play those horror games. Like again, they could be great. Like the storytelling could be awesome. I don't know what it is. I freeze up. I really struggle during those ones.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the game. I don't like the horror games where they put you in a spot where you can just kind of like you can back out of it or you can walk away, and instead like they give us like some kind of half-hearted attempt to really I guess make us stay like like how like maybe a protagonist might say, "Oh, I can't leave because this," and I'm like, "Yes, you can." Like if that person's probably dead by now. Like why are you going to essentially risk your life for somebody who is dead? I mean, of course, like we don't know if they're not, but it's like I mean, if you're stuck in the woods or you're stuck in some abandoned building, like I'm not about to risk my life fight ghosts and then get jump scared with no weapons just to see you like bye bye. That's then of course like it's also a question of like how do you guys get there in the first place to begin with? 'Cause, like I don't like when horror games just put you in the middle of the action because it's like why are we over here? Like what happened? Were we here to begin with? Why is that? Were we dragged here? Or like like just I don't, like if you gave me context to why we're doing something and it makes sense, I could understand the whole weapons thing. But the issue is, it's like a lot of times they'll give us a story about the evil villains or like scary monsters. I'm like, that's cool and all, but that doesn't answer the question on why I'm here. I don't care about the monsters. I care about why I am here. And they don't, like they never answer the question. So, it's like you put that on top of no weapon, like even if it's like a stick or a log, with like you can make a nice little pointy spear. Like, I mean, you can make weapons, but I don't know. Honestly, I think it's because these developers they don't know how to make a good game. I think it's just, like like they'll just put down assets and then say, okay, game's done.
It's so true. I'm laughing because I agree. Like, there's so many like frustrating moments in those games. You're right. You have something that's so obviously could be a weapon, and it's like, really, I can't just pick it up and use this. Like, you're just really gonna make me suffer. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, It's like, like even if it's not good combat, I would rather have, you know, I'd rather have bad combat than none at all. Because it's like at least, because if it was me, yes, I would be scared of my mind. I would probably poop my pants, whatever. But like if I can say, hey, let me get a weapon to fight these people. Like if I'm gonna die, I may as well have a weapon, to kind of, take them with me at least. So,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
because it's like Resident Evil, they have guns, and I'm sure that someone might say, well, yeah, because they're mercenaries. So let's take out the whole mercenary thing to begin with. You can still get a weapon to mess around with. Like I'm sure they do it in Resident Evil, one of those games. For example, look at like Ethan from Resident Evil 7. Like he's a nobody, and he said, let me find a weapon to use on these people. Like
Yeah.
he figured that out. Like look at Silent Hill. They can make weapons. Like the guy who the main person, the white guy. Well, I mean, sorry, the Caucasian male. Like he finds a weapon easily.
Yeah.
So like why is it that we can't just do that? I mean, even Dead by Daylight. Like you can like make some kind of thing to use on people, or at least you're able to like do something to stop the killers.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
you're right. I
like
believe the one of the new abilities was a flash grenade, actually. So yeah, you're right. They still figure something to defend themselves with.
yeah, so it's like if you're not gonna give us anything but a flashlight, you have made a bad game
Yeah.
because even indie devs can make a game, like can make a good horror game and add weapons, or they can have some kind of mechanics to stop the thing, you know. So yeah, just jump scares and lazy game design. I like the only game I can actually I don't know. I don't know if Phasmophobia had weapons in it. So if it doesn't, then I'll give that game a pass. But I'll give it a pass because A, it's co-op, so it's not as isolated. I'll give it a pass. But I can't give a pass to Slender Man. I can't give a pass to any Jeff the Killer games. I can't give a pass like any of these slasher, folktale, horror games.
Yep.
I can't play them because it's like like we're I don't how can I say it? They're not games that utilize the like a human thought. Like I just don't like it. So between jump scares and poor game design and maybe I'll add like stupid main characters, like people who don't know what they're doing, like like they like they make the whole horror movie judgment where it's like you have a guy who says, "Let's split up," or you'll have a guy who walks right into the trap. Like they, like they'll say, let's say, "Oh man, look out for this trap," like maybe a bear trap. They see it, and then like I guess maybe like a few frames down the line, they get stuck in like, dude, you saw the trap and you still walked into it like idiots.
Yeah,
Like
you know.
I hate Sorry, we gonna say?
No, I was gonna say you're totally right, John. Because there's a game I play every once in a while called Agony, and it's the same kind of idea, right? Like you can't really attack things, but they do have a mechanic in there that lets you like jump through bodies and stuff like that as a way to protect yourself. And there's certain like walls and stuff you can interact with, or you can hold your breath. Like there's a lot of mechanics basically to like avoid getting hurt. Which is why I still like to play it, even though I can't physically anything and there is no weapons available. I still have a lot of different, like you said, mechanics that help me avoid the monster or demon, whatever it is coming after me. Um, and I could think of like Five Nights at Freddy would be another one that I dislike because you're right. Like this, you can shut the doors, yeah, but there's a battery pack, and once the battery pack runs out, like you're screwed. Like I hate those games. It's like I'm gonna lose eventually.
Yeah, like I I try to avoid using FNAF as a example, and not because like it's a bad game or whatever. It's just like that game is very much a game that I would never play. even if I can cheat the game, I want to replay it, because it's like A, they have the jump scares, and B, they're loud, like they're like very, very loud
Yep.
jump scares. I'm like, let me not do that.
Yeah, no, you're right. That game gets
Yeah,
really ridiculous.
it does. And
Go ahead, John, finish up, buddy.
no, you're fine. I was just gonna say, like there is a YouTuber who I watch all the time, and like he loves FNAF. It's like like if I can see someone who finds it enjoyable, like they can make jokes out of it. They can.
Again, my apologies. This is where it happens again in the stream. After this, the rest of the stream, there seems to be no interruptions. Also, apology to John. Sorry that a couple of your parts there got cut out. Oh, what's that one called again? Now you just said the ghost hunting one, Phantasm. Um, that one's really cool. I like watching that one actually. Yeah, I know you were just talking about it. It's the ghost hunting one. I think you.
Oh,
I
oh,
think you're right. I don't think you can attack them. I think you can only like take a photo of them. And then like you have gadgets and stuff that you can interact with. But those streams are always really neat to watch. It's just a really different kind of game.
oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah, definitely. And of course, it's only if the people who are doing it are like they're entertaining because
Yeah.
you know, like if it was somebody who, if they're like me playing, it's like, I mean, that's not really my kind of thing. Like no offense to them. Like if they want to play the game, hey man, you do you. I'm sure you're gonna find somebody who will enjoy it. I just think that, if they're like me playing the game, you know, in my head, it's like, okay, well, then it's just me playing the game, and I know I wouldn't touch it, so let me not watch this guy. So I'll watch somebody who, like, if they get jump scared, they laugh it off, and, they say, man, that was pretty cool. Wasn't that cool, guys? I'm like, you're crazy.
Mm.
But, like, you at least made me, you made me not feel so, like, tensed up.
Yeah, that's very true. Hi Sleepy. Sorry, just wanted to give you a little shout out.
Hello, I just got from work, so I'm kind of driving home. So I'm sorry for any background noise currently.
No, it's all good. It's all. When you're at home, I'll throw the table over to you, and you could tell us what you've been up to for the past couple weeks. Um,
I mean, I did it now, and
yeah, okay.
'cause my car. I mean, my car has Bluetooth, so it doesn't really matter.
No, that's
I
true.
understand. So yeah.
So
But yeah, hi. Oh.
what's your
I
2
think, like,
weeks been
everybody's
like?
been busy. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say? My bad, I didn't even cut you off.
No, I just want to say what's your 2 weeks have been like, Sleepy?
Oh, to be honest, if I'm being real with you guys right now, working my butt off. I've been working a week and a half nonstop. Um, been catching up on some old anime actually,
Ooh.
which is interesting because I lost touch with it because I didn't like the Japanese version of it. I watched it in English growing up, so like I was waiting for the dub to come out and came out, and I started watching it again. Um, I missed I missed my classes last week because I was too busy working. Um, missed day because I was busy working. But hopefully I can attend classes. I do have finals in May,
Oh no, that's
so
coming up.
yeah, and then I also have my state board exam in May. I have my vacation in May. It's May's busy, so I don't know if I don't really have time to read because I'm gonna be studying for my state board and my finals. But I'll definitely try to make time because streaming is fun.
Did you ever end up
Um,
getting an extra person hired at your shop, or?
Yeah, we actually got two actually, and the only I have my dog in my car, so I apologize. Um, so we actually have two new people. The reason why I missed class last week is because the woman, she I want to say she's slow at cutting hair. She kind of is. It's like 40 minutes, and the max is like 20, 25 minutes, like approximately. And she doesn't speak uh, that good of English. Just, I know I'm pretty bad at English myself, but like she, yeah, she wasn't
A little
born here.
stand, I get you.
And then your guy actually came here later on in life, came to the States later on in life, but his English is really good, and then his haircut's like I don't have to worry about it, you know.
That's good.
But I still have to be there because they are still new. Sadly to say, our clients at my mom's shop have PTSD from past barbers. And I've been handling that situation for the past week and a half. And hopefully when my mom comes home from her, I will have a few extra days off because they're girls.
No kidding. I'm curious, is there like a probation period for them at all, Sleepy? Like, after a month of like your support, are they supposed to be independent or?
So barbers in general are self-employed. So every barber has their own depending on what shop, right? Depends whatever shop they go to.
Okay.
But barbers are technically self-employed. We get paid basically under table because we get paid with cash mostly, and or like electronic payments with Venmo and Cash App and stuff like that.
Okay.
But we don't do payroll. We don't get paychecks every month. So most of us are, again, it varies from different shops and where you're at. But my shop instinct, we get paid by cash. We are commissioned. So X amount of haircut plus the 60% that my mom takes for rent and stuff like that. That's basically how much we make in a day, basically.
Wow. Okay.
We also keep our tips too. So donating, she actually takes out of that total amount of haircuts we get. That's not including our tips. We keep our tips. We keep. I can't English. We keep our tips. I'm so sorry. I've been talking all day. But yeah, it's and of course I had to yell at my dog a couple of times because he was barking. But yeah, always be nice to your barbers, please.
Oh, of course. No, I always tip. I
We
get it.
we make our living off of tips. The same thing as waiters, waitress, people at Starbucks, people who make coffee, anyone who's in customer service. Please be nice to them. It's so hard, because we can have that one bad client or one bad customer, and it's just like it kind of messes up our day. It's like you can have a good day. Michael, you probably agree with me on this too. You work with customer service. You can have a good day, but it's that one customer. You're just like, bad day.
Oh, totally. Oh, yeah. God, that one person just has such an attitude. You're just like, what is your deal, buddy?
Yeah, there's a few times where I almost throw down with my client's girlfriend. A few times where I want to go, where I kind of want to punch the client's girlfriend. And I'm usually not a mean person, But like when someone tries to tell you how to do your job and they had no prior experience or no little to no experience at all, how difficult your job is, it kind of pisses you off a bit.
I
Um,
I agree. I agree.
yeah, but it's just be nice, please.
Hey,
Yeah.
What's that, John?
oh no, you're fine. I was gonna say, I'm gonna head off in a bit, because you guys are, you guys are boring. You're not boring, but no, I'm hanging out right now, and also, taking a shower and get ready for my stream.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and of course, yeah, I am definitely down for the whole rotation thing, like maybe I mean, I guess we can talk about it later on, but I'm just like I guess my idea of like a quick idea would be, like maybe we could do it a thing where we do it on Tuesday and maybe even like Friday evening, like I can take over the Friday podcast and then like that kind of thing. Or I mean, of course, that's just it's up in the air, so it's just kind of just a thought.
No, I mean that's a really great idea, John. I don't mind that at all. I mean, even if you just want to do one, just on Fridays, I can always do one with you. We can figure it out, or get the whole community involved as well. Yeah,
I
no,
kind of like that. I like that idea too. I like that idea as well because usually I have days off on the weekend, so like Fridays are great.
yeah, I don't mind multiple days or different days or however you want to work it out. Yeah, anytime, buddy, you get an idea, feel free to always shout it out.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, in that case, I'll just I'll put it in chat. So I'll chat. I'll put it in the Discord. Just kind of get some ideas and get some maybe, maybe some yays or nays to kind of see if it's a good idea. I mean, just to kind of try it out and see if it's gonna stick or not. If it does stick, then maybe it could be a new thing. Like maybe just like maybe a thing here or there, or we can find a different way to do it. But yeah, we'll definitely keep it like on the table.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a good night, and hope I can catch your stream when you go live.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, definitely, and I'm gonna try and do it for more than an hour. Like yesterday, I was drained. I don't even know what happened. I was just like, I'm getting like worn out. So today, I have energy, so I'm definitely gonna go ahead and like pull through it.
All right, buddy. Well, yeah. I'll see you soon, and you have a good one.
But yeah, man, you too. You take care, sleeping.
You too. I will catch your stream as well.
I appreciate it. Then I'll see you guys then.
Yep.
All right.
I just wanted to say Z-Chick was just saying hello too from the chat. Yeah, I was just messaging her back there. So Sleepy, could you get a chance to shout out your thoughts? And speaking of Z-Chick, good coincidence that she popped on. She did give us 2 questions to ask you guys. So number 1 was, how do you pick your games? So she's saying a lot of us have a lot of choices, right, to choose from. So how do you
Yeah.
decide what game you're gonna play, and which one gets your attention? And then the second question was, how do you stay focused on a difficult game? So like there's spikes in video games, levels or bosses, wherever the case is. Something happens, right, that makes the game extremely difficult. And how the heck do you just power on through it?
So, okay. Question number 1 is how I pick a game, right?
Yeah. So
Honestly, I just played a game. Honestly, like if I find it like interesting or if it keeps my interest, I would try it out to like get to like kind of like testing the waters of the game basically. Just to have a feel about it. If they have a good story, definitely it's gotta have a good storyline to it. Unless it's a shooter game and it's like on a how I pick and choose my games. Actually, gotta have a good storyline to it. What was the second question?
How do you stay focused on a difficult game? But I like the fact you just power through them. Like that's pretty impressive. I was telling John, now you have like Game Pass, like all these ways to like get free games or like games for $1. It's so hard to like just stick with the game and not be like, okay, whatever, I'll try a different one.
So for like how I do with the difficulty of games, I listen to music when I play games, right? Definitely when I'm not streaming and when I am playing games, I tend to listen to music. I drink tea.
Okay.
You know, I look at it because I don't have a big cam yet. I have tea on. I have some type of tea on my desk. Even off stream, I have some type of tea. Like what?
That's your go-to drink?
Yeah, basically, tea is actually really relaxing. I'm and I'm playing I just tend to rate tea. That's but but yeah, that's kind of it's both music and drinking basically.
That's
Or
actually
it's
a
just
good
like you kind
idea.
of or like if something's too difficult, uh, I just kind of step away from it for a bit and come back to it later.
I say I never really think of doing that. Like with the tea, like you're right. Like usually I always go for caffeine. I'm always trying to boost myself up. I never actually think of having something just to relax me. I was like, hey, maybe I'll cope better with this level that way.
So actually, because some teas have caffeine in them,
Yep, that's
so
true.
that's why I don't drink tea at night because it has caffeine in it. But I recently I bought a box of tea that has lavender, and that's actually really calming.
Okay.
And yeah, or I mainly drink like chai, so that definitely helps a lot. So like that's also like my to-go drink for like Starbucks and like Dutch Bros. It's like chai. But yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe because I grew up, maybe because I'm part Asian, maybe because my mom raised me. It might be both. It might be because I'm part Asian and my mom's been drinking tea. So that's why I have like I really like desire taste for tea.
Well, that's great answers. Um, the last one we had there, Sleepy. It should hear your thoughts on it because you don't really get to hear like what you think about consoles and different gaming companies. So yeah, just curious what your thoughts are. We had this happen 2 weeks ago now, I believe it was. Basically, if you know or don't know yet, Xbox finally got permission to purchase Activision, so Call of Duty and Blizzard Entertainment, which is Diablo and all of those kind of games, right? So they own that. That's theirs now. They can choose to have it exclusive, so only Xbox can play it, or they can still leave it open so PlayStation players can play it, etc. Right? But the main thing that caught my interest with this is something that another YouTube channel brought up, and it's the fact that this kind of opens up the entire playing field. So literally, they prove that no matter how much money is in your pocket, like you can buy whatever you want, and that's okay. So like example, Nintendo could buy Sega and own them. PlayStation could buy Nintendo and own them for the however big that check is they're rating. There's eventually going to be a limit where they can purchase that company. So I guess like for like what do you think might happen? Is there anything that you'd be interested to see purchase. So I'm thinking right away for you, right? Because you always mention it. Like what if League of Legend, the company that made that game, right, went out and purchased Valorant and owned it. Like imagine that shift, that change in that game, or vice versa, even. Yeah, I don't know. It's exciting. Like I said, anyone could literally buy any other company, and it's apparently it's okay.
Yeah, so the person actually, if people didn't know, the people that made League of Legends, they actually made Valorant. So
Oh,
it's part of the
really?
same. It's the same company.
Oh shit! Okay, never mind.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why Valorant is so toxic because League players hop over to Valorant, and then now Valorant players is actually hopping to League. So so because League is from Riot Company. So Valorant is also as well from um, Riot as well. So
Wow.
they're the same company.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, well,
Yeah.
what if they bought like Genshin? Like, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like, as big as your wallet is, like you technically could buy something because apparently that doesn't ruin the playing field, as Microsoft showed.
Honestly, if Riot bought Genshin's company, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
They could do a lot. I think personally, I think it'll probably be. I mean, Genshin's already an amazing game, how the way it is as well. But like, just imagine with Riot Company, with League and with Valorant, like mixed with like Genshin's graphics and animators. I think that'd be pretty cool. Actually, just think about it. Kind of just excited for it. But
Okay.
I think it'd be pretty cool, cause especially like with like the updates with Valorant that is happening currently. It's actually really cool. Some like I know there's a new agent coming out soon. But I don't know. When you see the trailers for that, you're like, oh, when you see the trailers for all that, you kind of like, oh my gosh, this is dope. The same thing with Genshin. When they drop a new person, it's like, oh, like everyone wants to get that person, and then you realize, oh, this person ain't that all meant to be. Like kind of overhyped
Yeah.
per se. But for me, I don't think any Genshin characters are overhyped because all the Genshin like characters, especially the guys. Besides Bennett, sorry Z-Chick, I do not like Bennett. But I have Bennett. I had mixed feelings. I apologize, Z-Chick. If you're in chat, I apologize. I have mixed feelings.
She might be lurking.
But definitely there's some characters that would the guys in Genshin besides Bennett are like husband material. Like they're like fine. I'm like, God damn it. I usually like anime guys, right?
Yeah.
But like for me to actually like game game characters, it takes a lot. And then Genshin kind of did that for me. So my friend who plays Genshin as well, he would see a new male Genshin character and he's like, like Sleepy was sim for him so hard. And you know what? Sadly, it's true. He was like, oh, Sleepy will like definitely like sim for this character. I'm like, why will you say Sleepy?
Nice.
I enjoy this character. I enjoy how he looks physically.
I was gonna say, Z-Chick was looking. She said she agrees with you on the hubby material.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. All these different companies are like coming together.
Yeah.
But it's also 50-50. Sometimes they can improve a certain game. Sometimes the graphics could like go down because of the company. But like I think overall, I think it's pretty cool. But if we have one company, if one company buys another company, I just hope they have the same workers so they could like improve that game or improve the games that they already own and like work together. Because some companies that own another company sometimes it kind of goes down. But
I,
yeah, it's
I
like
agree with you. Yeah, you're right. There's a different direction, different approach, right? It can completely change that game. The other factor too, right, to be scared of, I think, is like you said, if one company starts to own too many things, then they can change the prices, right, for subscriptions, or they can charge you for things that you normally weren't paying for. And yeah, if they're the only one in town, then of course you're gonna pay those dues. Which, yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen.
just as streamers, when we see a game that we like and like, oh, it went up, you're like, damn,
Yeah. Oh, like I said, some of them get up to $100. Just ridiculous.
it's crazy. I actually been looking into like horror games to try to play on stream, but I kind
Oh,
of want to wait. I kind of want to wait until I get a face cam so that to like see my full reaction of it. Um,
is there like a certain horror game that you like had your eye on? Is that why?
there's one game that I want to play, and I think it would be a good like collab with you or Jimmy or with the Juggernaut
Oh,
or
okay.
like with other streamers. Like it's Phasmophobia.
Oh,
Sam pronounced.
yeah. I was literally talking to John about that one. That one looks so cool. I love watching streams for that game.
Honestly, me too. Like I love watching like VODs and videos, like YouTube videos about it. It's so funny, especially like if it's with other streamers and it's just like everyone's talking to their own chat, but it's just like everyone's also interacting with each other's chat as well.
Yeah, it's a really neat game.
Yeah, it's just like it's so like unhinged. Everyone is like talking and it's just great. It's like I don't know. I thought so. I was thinking about that because I thought it would be fun to play with you or like even with Cheyenne,
Yeah,
and it's just play with the Juggernaut, and I thought it would be a cool little collab with everyone.
No, that's a great idea, Sleepy. Yeah, you should definitely shout that one out in the Discord, or even like on next streams. Yeah, no, I like that. I really like that idea. Actually, I have to just think of the Chromebook. I don't know if it can run that game or not. Maybe I could find a way to get to it. I'm surprised it's not on console. Like it's popular. I'm really shocked it hasn't entered console yet.
Yeah, I have a MacBook too, and I was like, I kind of want to download OBS on it and just like kind of do like just chatting, just like, hey, what's up? Because I can't really play games, sadly.
Z-Chick was asking the game. I think I'm saying it right, but feel free to correct me, Sleepy. But it's was it Panzophobia? Am I saying it right?
I don't know. I can pronounce stuff, so I'm pretty sure I said the name wrong too, and
Yeah,
correcting me.
it's a ghost hunting game.
Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about in the collabing with everyone on about. I can pronounce stuff. I apologize.
Oh, you kidding me? I'm butchering it too. Don't feel bad at all.
But yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool to do in the near future.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I was gonna say, what about are you still like gonna try your other idea too with the Juggernaut, like having another like in real life stream?
Oh yeah, I was actually in his chat earlier today when he was streaming because he was streaming Resident Evil 4, and I was kind of getting bullied in his chat. It's okay though. Because we have a mutual friend that was in there as well, and then me and him just like at war with each other. It's a loving relationship. It's fun, but I enjoy it. I really enjoy his company. But yeah, we were actually talking about because the juggernaut was talking about like, oh, he really needs a haircut. The juggernaut only lives about 10 minutes away from me. We live in the same, I guess you just call this a town.
Oh, that's
So-
yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah, and if people didn't know, the juggernaut and I are childhood friends. We've been friends since middle school. So we actually are friends in IRL. We've known each other since middle school up to now, so like roughly 10 years, over 10 years. He was actually one of my first friends when I moved in this town.
Everything is only time.
Yeah, he was talking about he needs a haircut. His best friend, me, is a barber, and he was just talking about he might want me like stream it, me like come over to his place and cut his hair, and he's not stream it. But I don't know, because one of his viewers just like make that a sub goal. I'm like,
Yeah, that'd be
like,
cool.
I was just kind of laughing about it because I'm like, I'm not ready for that. Because he's like, he has to get another mic for people to hear me. I was like, people don't need to hear me. I am A-okay. Let me focus on the haircut anyways. Okay, this car beside me. Okay. I'm actually just sitting in my car and just I have my Bluetooth on just talking because I don't want to go in yet. But yeah, he was talking about that. So hopefully, me and him are actually currently planning on that.
Okay, nice.
Or he might make it a sub go. Oh no. But and me and him still gotta hang out because he hasn't tried sushi yet. So I'm gonna take him out to go get sushi and boba. So that'll be a fun little scene too. Unhinged, sleepy, not when I'm not streaming. But yeah, it's because everyone has different personas.
Yeah.
You're probably not the same when you're not streaming.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah, no. I'm definitely way more active when I'm streaming than I am in real life. Usually pretty quiet.
Me too. Me too. Same thing at work. People are like, "Oh, you're so bubbly. You're so like positive thinking." I'm like, I try, but when I'm not with anyone, I'm just like, so tired. Like, why do I do the things I do?
Exactly.
But yeah. I'm 6 viewers away from being affiliate.
Oh wow, way to go.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. So that's definitely something like motivate me to stream more. So my personality has been trying to still unhinged, kind of sleepy here.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like I can't believe it at all.
Do you have anything planned? Like when you do hit affiliate, are you gonna do anything special?
I don't know yet. I was thinking about doing a face cam, be like, "Hi,
Okay.
actual sleeping affairs here." But I don't know. To be honest. That's something like, because I personally, if I'm being honest, like I personally never thought I would get to this point in such little time. It's because I only been streaming maybe 2-3 months now, and like to get this point in my early streaming career, it's crazy. It's so crazy. So
yeah.
like, I really do appreciate everyone like supporting and like getting me to where I am, because I'm like, that's I look at it sometimes, I'm like, oh my god, really? That's holy shit. And I tell my boyfriend about it all the time. Every time I get a new follower, I'm like, guess what happened on stream today? It's just like he's like, oh, he said that's cool. I'm like, no, that's not just cool. That's like freaking amazing. I'm getting closer to my, I'm getting closer to where I want to be at, and then he's like, yeah, I'm happy for you, and I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, guess what? But she doesn't understand, different generation. She wasn't born here, so she's like, cool, I guess.
It's true. Like
But yeah,
when you're trying to explain to someone, like you said, like an older generation like that, like my mom was kind of okay with it, but like she brought it to my cousin, you could tell like he didn't really get what the hell she was talking about. I was like, yeah. He's like, so you play games? I was like, yeah, I just play games. He's like, people watch you? I was like, yeah, they watch me.
yeah, it's just crazy. I tell my mom too. I'm like, guessing, she doesn't really understand like what's Twitch. So I'm like, Mom, how I stream online and I play game and talk to people online. She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, this happened to me today. She's like, oh, cool, I'm so proud of you. But remember, your barber career is your real money tree. I'm like, Mom, can I have a hobby? Please.
No kidding, eh?
I'm like, you never know, Mom. You know, to be a famous streamer one day. You never know. She's like, but your barber career. You have a whole shop that you're gonna take over by the time you're like 26. I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, yeah,
But
it is really crazy to think that though. Like you said, like you have such a tight deadline right now to finish everything up because yeah, you have a whole shop of your own just waiting for you.
yeah, it's just I don't know. But at first when I started streaming, I was like, I'm not that. It's gonna take me like a long time to hit affiliate. But like 2 months, like 2 to 3 months, like just streaming and already at 6 more followers into affiliate. It's just kind of crazy.
It is,
Kind
yeah.
of crazy.
As I said, I don't know why
I'm like,
so many people give up on it because yeah, if you just wait it out, I mean, yeah, maybe for some it will take a few months, it might take a little longer, but I mean, like it happens, right? It will eventually you'll start to hit those targets.
yeah, and when I was playing Valorant, I think like 2 weeks ago or so, I actually got to play a game with another streamer, and me and her became friends. So she was actually streaming when I was streaming as well.
Oh, that's too funny.
So like, hey yo, because she's like, yeah, I'm streaming right now, and I didn't like say that I was streaming. I usually don't tell people that I'm streaming because I just want to see how people react, you know. But
Likes to be
yeah, she's like,
sneaky.
yeah, and she's like, yeah, I'm streaming. And I was like, hey, yo, you too? She's like, you too? I'm like, yeah. She's like, hey, you streaming buddies. I'm like, you know it.
That's so cool. Aw.
Yeah. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. I mean, I played games with streamers that, at the end of game, they will, like, put in the link and stuff like that.
Yep.
But I never really got to say, like, I'm a streamer too. So, but, like, that's the first time I said that. And I was like, dude, that's so cool.
It's really happening.
I know. I'm making connections. Ooh.
Well, Sleepy, I think that would be a perfect way to give you the final question of the night. So that little positive note for everyone else. How about from your perspective, what's some good advice to give your fellow streamer? Maybe someone that's starting for the first time, or someone that's feeling a little bit frustrated while you're on such a high, right now.
Definitely don't give up. Be patient with it. Just do it to, my wise one, my very wise friend over here, Mindful. Just be patient with it. and just don't give up on it, and just just do it for fun. Who cares if you have one viewer? Who cares if you have even none viewers? Just do it for fun. Just show your personality. And you know what? Half of the people are not even watching for your gameplay. Sometimes half of the people, majority of people, wants to see that streamer's personality.
So true.
Because that's what attracts me to watch other streamers is their personality. So definitely be patient. Don't give up. Don't be shy to talk in chat. I learned that the hard way. Don't be shy to talk in chat. Because if I was shy, like for instance, I was shy talking in your chat, Mindful, when I first hopped on your stream. I was very shy, but like it definitely helped, create other opportunities and other fellow amazing streamers out there. And I don't know, just make the right, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, basically.
That's solid advice.
Yeah.
That's solid advice. I like it. And that's a good point, about being shy. And I think it goes both ways too, like as a streamer too. Try to recognize, when someone is that way. And like with you, Sleepy, and even with 2-6, I remember I was lucky enough because you guys made those comments, right? So I knew to change up the dialogue or, engage a little bit more with you guys. But if you do have someone on your stream, right, they're kind of chatting off and on. Don't obviously hound them, but like ask a few questions to get them to say things. I always think that's the easiest way. Well, at least it is for me, because I'm shy as well. So when a streamer's like asking like how your day is, or like, oh, what kind of games do you like playing, and then you can usually tell when someone's excited about a certain game, right? They'll have like, oh, I play blah blah blah. Oh, and I play Gems of War because blah blah blah, blah, right? This whole explanation. So I go for that part. I'll engage a little more with them. You're like, okay, this is obviously your favorite game. Let's hear more about it, right? But yeah, just a streamer perspective too. Add a little bit of fuel to that fire to get that person talking.
Oh yeah, like every time I see, like people on or like new follower, right?
Yep.
I definitely, when I'm playing Valorant and I see a new follower, I don't move my agent. I'm like, hey, thank you so and so for the follow. I hope you're having an amazing day or having a good day. Like how was your day or night? What do you do today? And if you play Valorant, who's your main agent? Or if you don't main, who do you regularly play? And just try to like engage and stuff like that. I had a viewer say they went to a birthday party. That's their brother's birthday. And I'm like, oh, happy belated birthday to them. Or like, happy birthday to them. Like that. Just like small little comments like that. Because, as small streamers as we are, we do notice things.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We do notice the smallest things. It's because we're small. But like, even big streamers, when they see like, hi, I'm new here. How are you? They're like, oh, welcome. Stuff like that. Like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and just build connections. Because honestly, I wouldn't be where I'm at currently if I didn't build my connection with Jimmy, or even with you, or even with like Z-Chick and everyone. Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at without you guys. Like making those bonds with you guys. So
I agree with you. Yeah, you guys definitely make this worth doing every single week. Even if it's just normal stream. Yeah, I always really get so excited when I see someone's name pop up. I mean, obviously, I love new followers, right? But it's really exciting when I see you guys from Basement Gaming hop on. It's, even if it's a few seconds or the whole stream, whatever the case is, it's always one of those moments. I'm like, yay, so and so is here.
Yeah. And when they go, you're like, oh, I hope you have a good night or a good day. Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah.
And hope catch you hopefully the next time. Stuff like that.
I
Like
totally
we're
agree.
small streamers. We're small streamers. We just sleep.
That's an excellent point, Sleepy. Well, on that note, I will thank you so much for popping on and not getting into a car accident. Thankful for that.
Yeah, no, during this time right now, and a lot of people are already heading home since I kind of head home a little late today than expected. So it was okay.
um, yeah, so like John was saying earlier, I know you've given your thoughts a few times on the Discord, but we'll pan out his idea too that he was thinking of, and if you guys do like doing a Friday stream as well, I'll figure something out and we can make that happen too for you guys. Still need to definitely figure out late as well because I would love to do one of those. I think it was you and both, yeah, you and Jimmy both showed that one out as an idea down the road.
Yeah, and like we, just casual friends just hop on Discord and just like to watch like anime or movies or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
another feel, So it's not all. So it's not always about I'm streaming right now. You want to hop in? It's just like okay, we're let people know we're actually friends.
Yeah, no, of course, I completely agree with you. Plus, you get, like you said, you get to be more of yourself because you're not in the spotlight in that moment.
Yeah, it's just like because when people think, oh, this person's rivaling that person for like the views or the followers, like for us small streamers, it's like, well, even some of us are even big, like even like Judd and Jimmy and stuff like that. They're big streamers compared to the rest of us.
Oh yeah, of
So it's
course.
just like but like for people out there, all of us, like me, Jimmy, Mindful, Z-Tech, the Juggernaut, we're all actually friends. We just are really busy to actually all of us to hop on Discord and actually like talk without stream.
I said the fact that all of you guys, commit to your streams or content or whatever it is that, each person's working on. And then on top of that, run lives, like I said, you got yours with the barber shop right now, and plus your boyfriend, and on top of that, right? And then, thinking of like Z Chick and Peaswad being parents and somehow managing to do the things they do. It's just, yeah, it's totally mind blowing. It's just, it's crazy how much like dedication people put into streaming and that effort, to commit to it once a week or once every couple weeks.
Yeah, it's all of us do have 96 jobs. So just putting out there, all streamers have a 96 job that
Yep.
they do. Okay, we stream when we can. So streaming is not our only job. Okay.
Oh God,
We
I
actually
wish
have daily job.
one day it'll be our one and only job.
Hopefully, that's the end goal.
Retire happy.
Yeah, basically, I don't know. Maybe a few years from now, I will be streaming in Hawaii in my retired house in Hawaii and Maui.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh, that'd be lovely.
Oh my goodness. That's also another stream down the road is do an IRL stream when I'm in Maui. Oh my god. Ah! I want to go to Maui so bad. I haven't had a vacation.
It's like it's so close.
It's only a 4.5-hour plane flight. Let's go.
Oh wow, that is really close.
Yeah, so it's just literally it's only 4.5 hours on plane to get there. Especially during this time of well, it's April now. Oh shit. But during like November to like the end of March. If you guys ever go to Maui, if you and Cheyenne ever go to Maui, the perfect time is like November to end of March, because you could go whale watching, because Alaskan whales come to Alaska to make babies. So you actually just see, the mother and her calf, and they lower down the underwater mic, and you can hear them like singing and talking. And I don't know. If you guys didn't know, it's the male whales that sing.
Oh, I didn't know
Female
that.
whales don't. Yeah. female whales don't sing. Male whales sing to attract females.
Oh, it's neat. Yeah, I had no idea there was a difference between the male and the female for singing. Wow.
Yeah. So, little fun fact of the day or of the night.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Sleepy. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, no worries. You have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, everybody. Go back to the main screen here. I am sorry. I know it did crash a few times, and I apologize for that. I will have to edit those ones out when I make the Spotify and YouTube version. But thank you all, as usual, for coming on. I really appreciate if you were in chat, or if you're able to hop on Discord, or if you view this afterwards, or if you want to be that nice person and follow me on Spotify so that I can move up to that 50 rank that I'm setting my goal to. But no, in all seriousness, this is a lot of fun, and I'm happy to do this every single week. And it's great to get to know everyone and talk to them a little bit more. Like Sleepy said, we're all friends. We're all just, trying to make this work one way or another. So it's nice to vent and talk to your fellow streamers each and every week. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow on YouTube for Mobile Wednesday. I was gonna do Defend Your Castle, but you know what? I don't think I can do an hour of that because my wrists could barely handle it. So we'll probably just go back to Google Play. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. It's late now for me. Wow, 3 hours. No wonder that is a long stream. Okay. Yeah, and if not, I'll be live again on Thursday, and I'll let you guys know what we're doing as far as this Friday idea that they're floating around goes. This Friday, however, is reserved for me and Jimmy. We're gonna smash up Sniper Elite, so look forward to that. And yeah, that'll take us all the way back to community night. Bye, everybody. Have a beautiful night, and I will see you tomorrow.